Merry Meetle. It is, believe it or not, a mess in here. It is summer's Bealtaine here in the southern hemisphere, but it's flippin' freezing today. We've had a few days of just cold, wet conditions, and there's so much garn I want to finish sorting and getting through this weekend. But just look how cute my little baby Sigrid is. No. And as this vlog implies, it's not about Sigrid. Look how cute she is. No. That's the cute noises that she makes. Yeah. I wanted to record this dream I had. It's kind of... I don't get bad dreams. It's got me a little bit thinking. I'm going to pull some cards out, and I'm also going to just stand next to the heater here. I've got to bring my ducks in soon. It's freezing out there. It's time for their bath and bedtime soon, pretty soon. But I want to do this recording, get it out the way and load it up. I will pull some cards out, some oracle cards, and clarify a little bit later tonight when I've got my ducks in their bed. It was really strange. Okay, so I've got a ancestral spirit called Bridget, and or bride, and she's one of the first feminine or female spirits I came across when I was, I sort of was forced to embrace the supernatural world again, when after such a long time I was trying to live in the real world and shut all that off so I could just live in the real world and compete in my sport, etc. And then that changed in 2012. For those who know me, you know why and everything. And she's a goddess of healing, the smith, the forge, also the land itself. Britain is her namesake, the Brigantaines. And the thing is, I look like her. When I saw her, first instance, I'm looking in a mirror, and then you look close. Oh no, I just look like this person, but it's not me. And she's, red-headed and all that sort of thing as well. And so I don't come across her all the time. Usually I come across her at the beginning of spring, Zimok, the time of the frost, when the ground starts to warm up, but it's still freaking cold outside, like in the air. If anything, it feels colder because of that contrast. And there's so much fog and frost. And I will also see her her familiars or nature spirits such as foxes, and in real strange ways that that are not natural, so supernatural ways, and not in dream state, like in conscious waking hours state, that sort of thing. And like clockwork, every Imbolc, every spring, early spring or spring's frost, I will have interactions with her and the animals that are associated with her, and also taught at the same time. Not on the same time, but around that same time of the year. So it was quite strange. So this morning when I finally went to sleep, it was about 1 a.m. I was trying to finish off some projects, and then, you're just like, a little bit more, and you're like not getting much done because you're drifting off, so I go to sleep, Then around 3 o'clock in the morning, I was in that stage of sleep where you're not actually sleeping, you're asleep, but you're either coming out of sleep or you're going into sleep. So you're still kind of conscious, if you like. And I usually don't take quite much stock in these sorts of dreams or sightings, but this one was a little bit weird, and because Bridget was involved as well. So she's, like I said, she's something something. Someone I see around a real specific time of the year for me, and with no fail for the past 10 years at least. And so anyway, at first I saw, I thought I was looking at myself. I'm like, oh, hang on, no. But when I was looking at myself, I could see my torso going up to the shoulders, my hair, the auburn red, and then as I was getting to the face, me, and then no, actually no, it was Bridget, and she was wearing a sheath which you wear underneath armour. So before you put armour on, you have a skin-fitting sheath, and that's of course so the armour doesn't rub on your and hurt your skin basically. And she was, at first I thought it was just a nice gossamer sheath or long sleeve dress, but then I was starting to see that it was actually, what it was under sheath for an armour or a vest that was going to be put on or something like that. But I was a little bit transfixed because, like I said, I don't see her all year round and that sort of thing, unless I specifically ask for her, sort of thing. And so this was like out of left field. It was like, summer's Bealtaine, spring's frost, and the vernal equinox has been and gone. And we're even, about to get into the summer solstice here in the southern hemisphere, 21st of December, as the northern pole and hemisphere goes into the winter solstice, which means basically midpoint of the season in Latin. So anyway, such a long intro, sorry guys. So I saw her, and then the strangest thing happened. I guess I felt like I was in a bit of a reverie of, you seeing a long time old friend, family member that, you're always happy to see. And then, this is when it started to click afterwards that, hey, she was wearing an Under Armour garment that she then said, after I was transfixed by her and acknowledging how happy I was to see my family member, she then said a warning to me. She said, a bad man is coming. And my hand was curled, so these three fingers here were actually being squashed after she said a bad man is coming, and to the point that I felt like someone was physically had these three fingers in a wrench and were tightening to the point that they were going to break or something. I don't know if they were going to break them, but it was actually getting to a point of painful. And right at that point where it was starting to get painful, I heard an old alarm clock. So the old alarm clock ring is quite distinctive. It's not a digital clock, isn't it? And I don't have one, but it was loud enough to wake me up. And when I woke up, it was actually like 10 a.m. Now, my animals, my rooster, my ducks, they're all singing on the bells at 7:30, 8 a.m. every morning for me to wake up and feed us and, do this and do that. They were dead silent. Like at a moment there I was kind of freaked out thinking, what's happened to my animals? I hope they're okay, because I hadn't heard a peep, no people hide from them. Anyway, so it was actually 10 a.m. So I must have, it was like I actually was looking at Briganty from 3 a.m. in the morning till 10 a.m. in the morning, lost in some sort of reverie or trance, and feeling some point of safety or something till the end part of this dream. And so I woke with, when it was weird because I was sleeping on my left shoulder, this is my left hand, and these three fingers here were actually like this, as though they had been squashed, but my arm was out my side, and there's nothing or no one there on that side of the bed. And I don't know if that was just a spasm from, you know, in the dream, you know, you wake up and you feel like you're falling, you sort of like whack your legs on the bed sort of thing to stop yourself from falling. It might be that sort of thing. But the thing is, when I woke up, I could still hear the alarm clock. Not my alarm clock, this old-fashioned vintage alarm clock with the, you know, the bells on either side going. And I'm like, I had to really think about, hang on, no, I don't have this type of alarm clock. I don't use alarms, I've got animals. And I was starting to think, maybe there's a bell on my door. Maybe that started to work again, and it has that sound, because it doesn't work. And then I'm thinking, oh, maybe someone's bike or something outside my door. But no, it was, you know, it went on for a while. And then it stopped. And I'm like, what the hell? So I'll get up. So I'm awake now. I get up, open my curtains and windows, something I do first thing. But the first thing I do is I open the drapes in this office from the hallway to see my ducks. They're all sleeping sound. Like absolutely, you know, on still cloud 9, sleeping away, even though it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, which is extremely unusual for my animals. So this is something else I've noticed too with my interactions with Bridget. My animals get affected sometimes by her too. So I know my cat Shah will actually see her as well and will react accordingly. But yeah, no, all my ducks were KO asleep still. I was like, you guys haven't woke me up this morning. What the hell's going on? And then even after I took them outside so they could frolic around during the day like they do, my chooks, my 2 girls and Meryl and the rooster, they were sound asleep too. Not a peep, no hide. They didn't even start to stir until I literally opened up their run and the door from their house into the run, and even then they were still bleary-eyed, which again was really unusual. So it was like not just me that had been put in a trance, even my animals were too. And my cat was, you know, I said that my left fingers were being squashed. My cat was actually on my right side, sleeping on my right bicep like she does sometimes. And, you know, she was also in total blissed out, you know, KO. Like, you know, I had to move her so I could actually sit up in my bed sort of thing, because she was just, I'm dead to the world. And even Shah at 7 o'clock in the morning, she likes to drive me mental and jump all over my head if I haven't got up yet, because she wants fresh biscuits. No, not biscuits there from the night before. She wants fresh biscuits in her bowl. But no, she didn't do that this morning. So all those things. And, you know, later on when I was thinking about this dream, I was thinking, hang on, what if my fingers being squashed actually wasn't... because at first I thought maybe it was this a warning about a bad man going to hurt me, you know, hurt my hands or coming to hurt me. But then I thought afterwards, during the day, I was been thinking about it, throwing it around my head. I'm thinking, what if it was actually Bridget squeezing my hand to wake up, and with the alarm as well, because you know when you pinch someone to wake up or that sort of thing, and then the alarm as well, an old vintage alarm clock sound, also ringing to wake up. And also, no, I've got locks on my gate, locks on my porch, the fly screen, and a lock on my door, 2 locks on my front door. So there's no way someone can even go into my front yard or backyard, because I have the gate locked from the backyard to the front also. So someone literally to get through my front door will have to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locks. at the front alone. So it wasn't that. No one could have been at my door ringing or something like that. Again, the ring on my door doesn't even work anymore. It's a battery powered one, and I just never put a battery in it because for me, if my door's unlocked, it's because I'm expecting someone. I don't deal with people that just drop by. Just, I don't know. I've been through too much in life to just be cavalier like that, and we don't really live in the safest world. And when you're a woman on your own sort of thing, you got to be extra, I believe you need to be extra vigilant, because no one's going to do anything for you unless you're dead or you've been hurt. And, by that time, it's a bit too late, isn't it? Police and that tend to only care once something has happened to you, not when there's a lead up to a threat or something like that. But anyway, I thought I would share this dream. One, I wonder if anyone else has recently had a dream like this, especially if it was last night around the same time, of a female ancestral spirit or family member giving them a warning that a bad man was coming. And any sort of associations that I had with mine, such as the, 3 fingers of mine being squished, all that sort of thing. Wonder. And something quite strange too there. Later on today, I did see some random bloke pull up at the front of my place in a silver car and go across to the weirdo's house across the road from me. And then another bloke came running to his car afterwards that is a neighbour behind me. And for some sense of thing, I felt like that was the guy that used to live here before me. And the neighbour running up to him was like to say hello sort of thing. And then even the other neighbour around the corner, who has a little orange car, stopped when they saw this bloke, almost like a quick exchange of hello sort of thing. And the weird thing is that this man that used to live here before me, he's supposed to live in Box Hill, which is literally almost on the other side of the state. So weird. And about 6 weeks ago, some bloke knocked on my door asking, is such and such here? And I'm like, who? No, I'm on my own, thank you. Please remove yourself from my property, because he looked like he was looking through my door to see if the person he was looking through was here. I'm like, nah, basically piss off. I was waiting for a delivery, so my gate was unlocked. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to come in. So I know, weirdness. So I'm going to do my cards later on tonight when my ducks are in bed. But I thought I would record this, I know. I'll keep you guys tuned if there's anything that comes off this, but it's really strange. And, I'm not someone who does Freud, and, I don't believe in a lot of the nonsense that's pushed around in psychology. Psychology to me is a pseudoscience. It's not actually a real science. I've got a scientific background, and I'm spiritual, but then, I find a lot of psychiatry tends to be very through one perspective that I don't necessarily agree with, and that perspective is usually spiritually bankrupt as well. And everything is about sex sort of thing, and it's just like creepy. Anyway, blessed be Mary Part. Thank you for sticking around for my ramble and my diary of my weird dream. I do want to do also a recording of 3 beanies that I've put together and patterns that are quick and easy to do. I hope you're keeping sane and safe and you're pushing on. Blessed be and Mary Patch.